What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Token and the Truth. It's me, Lady Drea Renee, and I'm joined by my lovely and amazing, fantastic co-host.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your main man, Freddie B. I guess I have to live with Lovely because she makes me lovely every single week because I want to be a thug. I want to be gangster with it. But guys, I want to thank y'all for joining us another week of the Token and the Truth. Right now, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and hit the like button for us. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We're on IG, Token and the Truth, everywhere. But make sure, if you're watching this on Facebook, go to our YouTube right now, youtube.com/at the Token and the Truth. If you're watching on Facebook, go to our YouTube right now. Go now, please, and thank you.
Yes, go to the YouTube, people. Freddie has been telling you guys every week. So make sure you go over there. Check it out. See what's going on. We're there too. We're all over the place, me and Freddie B, right? We do all the things. But yes, we're so excited that you guys are joining us today. I'm super excited, per usual, that we will be talking about our juicy topics. Today, we're going to be talking about how soon you should be having the sex, and we'll be playing a clip from she's kind of a famous YouTuber. She's talking about femininity and how a man will get that from a woman. Me and Freddie definitely have some different ideas about this, and I know we're going to get into it. I have my bell ready. I know you probably have your whistle ready to go and all the things. I know you do, Freddie. I know you do. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this because this subject, me and Freddie, we're this is basically what our whole show is based on. This is what was it is just these ideas, and that's what they are, people. They're ideas. They're ideas around what a woman should do, how a man should act, and all the things. But not everybody operates like that. Right, Freddie?
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, we all got free will, right? God gave us free will, so who am I to deny anybody free will? But I really love to give people good advice and especially based off real world examples, and to add that structure because nothing runs well without structure. If you don't have structure, that's where chaos ensues. Chaos comes in. When chaos comes in, that's when things fall apart. So that's the angle I come from. But everybody gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day.
Yes, everyone's gonna do what they want to do. And if you have figured something out with your partner that works for you, you know what, Freddie? I'm gonna tell you a little story before we play this clip. I was talking to a man yesterday. Okay. Talking to a man yesterday, and I asked him, I said, when it comes to dating, what are your thoughts? Because this is what I ask now when I'm vetting men on my own, and eventually we'll have friends vet them. Maybe I'll have you vet him, Freddie. What are your ideas around masculinity and femininity? He says to me, he goes, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about, I guess if she's too feminine, that's not going to really work for me. And if she's too masculine, he's like, I kind of would like somebody that kind of is in the middle, she can do some things for herself. But he's like, I'm not running around with these ideas just masked on my face. I go, oh, okay. That's interesting. Now, I will say, I do understand how these things can still subtly come in, and they start to, you can build, if you aren't aware of certain things and you don't understand why you're feeling resentment, or maybe some dynamics aren't working, you have to figure out what works for you. But not everybody's running around going, oh my God, he's not masculine enough, or he's not feminine enough, or maybe they don't have the language around it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, people operate differently. And then some men I've talked to, they're like, oh yeah, my lady better be feminine. And they all sound like that. Yes, Freddie. They all sound like that.
I was wondering, like, that is because your example, your interpretation of men,
woo, they all sound like that. They do. They all sound like that. Thank you. So we're gonna play this clip from this lovely.
We're starting with how to bring the femininity out, or when you should have sex.
No, with the femininity one.
Okay.
I thought that's what we agreed on. Unless you want to go backwards.
How is that backwards?
If we go the other way.
Okay, let's start with that.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring up the clip. Her name is Celine Clarer, I think.
Oh, and side note, we got a very special guest that'll come on. So he'll come up. And we got two topics, but I'll let him decide which topic he's gonna come up for.
Okay. Share the screen.
If you're a guy who's finding it more and more difficult to find soft, nurturing, feminine women, let me tell you a secret on how to find one. You don't. Femininity is not found, it's created by you. It is your responsibility as a man to create an environment that makes her feel safe and soft to be around you. So, what does that mean? You need to prove to her that you're a protector, that you're not going to suddenly abandon her and abuse her softness. And if you really want a feminine woman, you need to do three things. Keep your word. Never expect her to do 50-50. And earn her trust. And by doing these three things, you can truly allow her femininity to shine. So, men, you are not entitled to a woman's softness. You have to earn it.
Okay. Well, look, I will say there's a couple parts that I don't agree with, but for the most part, the whole thing of like you can't expect a woman to do 50-50. I think it just depends on what she's talking about. She might be talking about finances. I don't know. But I do think she's right, especially in this day and age. You know, if you want a woman to come out to you and be feminine and trust you, she needs to feel safe. Like, why am I going to like trust all these things into you and let you lead me and do all these things, especially when you don't know someone, especially when you don't know them and you're getting to know them. Like, why am I doing that? That doesn't make any sense, especially depending on what age you are, you know, where you are in the world, work wise and all the things. So like, if I'm going to lean into my feminine energy, especially someone like me, I need to feel safe and understand what I'm leaning and letting this person lead me to.
Are we okay? We get to the lead part. Okay. Starting to get into your lexicon.
I guess that was like an excitement jingle for you because I said the word lead.
Okay. Here's the thing I'll say about
I
it.
still don't love it, but go ahead.
You got better get to love it. Here's the thing that I would say. Here's the thing I would say about what she said. He painted this picture of like women as a pillow princess. Like the part I don't understand is why, like the thing is if women want autonomy and which I believe women should have, and they want autonomy and they want to be a power within themselves, because a woman should, when you come to a relationship with a woman, you have to be a power within yourself, especially if you want a powerful man, which women want that, and that's relative to who you are. If that's the case, why in the world does it take a vital part of you? Another person has to activate. Another person controls and decides whether that comes out. The thing is, as a woman, you should be feminine, period. If you meet a man that is not worthy of your femininity, you then leave. It's very easy. So a man should work for your femininity, but it should already be there. It should already be present and already be visible. Not like you come as a masculine man and then now he got to work and pull it out of you.
That's not what she's saying, Freddie.
That's exactly what you said.
No, she's not saying, hi, mom. She's not saying that you come as a masculine woman in that way. It's like the activating of your feminine. I think you do show up as feminine already. And you do have.
That's not what she said.
Okay, do we need to play it again?
Play it again.
Okay, we can play it again. That's not what she's saying.
Because I want you to respond, soft, and then we got our guest here. We're gonna bring him up.
Woman, let me tell you a secret on how to find one. You don't. Femininity is not found, it's created by you. It is your responsibility as a man to create an environment that makes her feel safe and soft to be around you. So what does that mean? You need to prove to her that you're a protector, that you're not going to suddenly abandon her and abuse her softness. And if you really want a feminine woman, you need to do three things. Keep your word. Never expect her to do 50-50 and earn her trust. And by doing these three things, you can.
So, and this is also said by a woman with trust issues. Women who have trust issues and they don't have a man able to vet a man, and they know they're all alone, they speak like this.
What
I don't think trust
person
issues.
doesn't really have no one's ever been like lied to. Everybody's had these amazing men. Everybody has trust issues, Freddie.
No, I don't have trust issues. I'm like, I don't have an issue trusting people who have trust. I mean, actual trust issues. Not you just walk through life as a person and you vet people. You look at people in a particular way and you let them gradually prove themselves and you place different responsibilities as they prove themselves. Like this person they talk like they have trust issues. This is how people with trust issues talk.
I disagree. I like what she's saying. I like what she's
Go ahead.
I like what she's saying about.
Oh, well, how we bring up?
Oh, are we bringing up Nate now?
Yeah, he's up. You can switch it to 3 people now. Take this off. Stop sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on, Freddie. I'm in the middle of talking. You over there having a panic attack. Jesus Christ. You didn't even prep me that we bringing Nate on. I'm saying, take it off. Take it off.
Take it off.
You all right?
I ain't gonna tell you one more time.
I mean, anime, take it down.
Take the screen out right now. Take the screen right now.
He pulled the anime on me, Nate. Good thing you came on. Good timing. I'm gonna beat up.
Man, that might have been the funniest you've ever been, Drea. That was freaking hilarious. You said I had a panic attack. That is because I'm low key. I looked up and okay, guys, look. One of my friends, Worldwide Nate. He is a world-renowned traveler. He's been to, he's been to so many different countries. He's an online influencer, heavy in the travel space. Anything about traveling you want to know, this man can tell you. Nate, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Nate.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So Nate, so you saw the video. And you as a man, we're all around the same age. You're a single man. You're out here, and you're very accomplished in your own right. You're somebody who's looking for a particular type of woman, not just any type of woman out here. This woman has to have some type of gravity about herself. What did you think about that video?
Give it to us, Nate.
It was far fetched. I figured, some people was like clickbait videos, really. So I don't know. That wasn't realistic. I mean, Drea, did you agree with every single point she made?
I didn't agree with every single point, Nate. But the place I'm coming from as a woman who has had some independence, who's made a life for herself. When I meet a guy and I'm going to lean into this feminine place and have him, do the L word, which is lewd. I'm still working on that. For me, I feel like I want to feel safe within that. It's not something I'm just going to all of a sudden just trust in who this person is. So that to me is what she was saying. And the part about being 50-50 on everything, or don't let a woman be 50-50, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that probably has some nuances to it. But yeah, I like what she said about, why am I going to lean into that with you? Why? Let me know.
But so you saying you by default, you're not feminine.
No, I don't. That's not what she's saying, y'all.
That's 100% what she said.
That's not what she's saying.
That's what it is. I'm not saying,
no.
I gotta enjoy your femininity to like lean in my masculinity. Like I
get it. It's unfortunately it's a double standard, Nate. It's a double standard.
It's a double standard.
Yeah, Freddie, go ahead. Yep, it is. It is. I think so.
But I'm asking you: is your femininity option is not by default? You're not feminine.
No, I am feminine. I'm just saying this whole idea of trust, Freddie and Nate Knight. Thanks, Mom. I feel like this whole idea of I'm going to trust in this man leading my life and I don't know him. Like, why am I doing that?
But what about the process of getting to know this person?
Yeah, sure. I understand that process, but I'm saying the whole idea of like allowing him to do all these things, I need to feel safe within doing that. And that to me is what she was saying on the video.
So wait a minute. So you saying that you wouldn't, if a guy wants to take you out on the first date, you wouldn't allow him to lead and make all the plates?
It depends. I need to know where we're going. I need some options. It depends. It depends. It depends. He can make the choices, but I need to know where we're going. That's just me, though. That's particular to me. That's particular to me. That's the great thing. Because I'm a little weird with food. I'm from Texas.
What part of Texas?
San Antonio.
Okay. I mean,
okay. So let me hop in, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're not connected to our YouTube, connect to our YouTube so we can actually see all you guys comment right when they come up. In the video, what she said was, let me restate it. In the video, what she said was, a man does not deserve a woman's femininity; that he has to earn it. He has to earn it. And then she gave reasons as to why he has to earn her femininity. He has to not abandon her. And that's the reason why I said trust issue. Her first thing was not abandon her. What that
he said keep his word. Freddie, she said keep his word.
He said not abandon her. And the thing is, you talking about something that's deep into the relationship. And then he also said never go 50-50, all these different things that jump into a relationship. So if you're in the relationship and you're in a relationship with, we're not talking about dating, because we're not talking about dating. That's the thing. And what she said, we aren't talking about dating. We're talking about in a relationship with a woman. No, the clip you pulled up and you showed us, that lady is not talking about dating. She's talking about in a relationship.
Freddie, did she say in a relationship? When did she say
that? How do you abandon somebody you're just dating?
Freddie, what are you talking about? She's like, this is how you show up. Like, you have to earn it. Why would you have to earn it if you're already in a relationship with somebody? If you're in a relationship with somebody, I would imagine that you've already cleared these things.
Here's the thing. That's the whole point of all this, because what she's saying, she's espousing, echoing what a lot of very independent, very modern women echo, is that men have to earn and bring out, have to place a woman in a particular place for her to then be feminine.
Right.
It's foolish.
That you not that these women aren't feminine by default. That's why I was asking you. Are you?
No, I disagree with that, and I'm telling you, Nate, I disagree with that. I am feminine, but so I'm saying for certain things to become. I'm sorry.
So your femininity is code switching. It's like you could be out with your girls and be feminine, but when you meet a guy,
okay, this is turning into like an issue.
Like pause it. You pause your femininity when you meet a guy to figure out if he's gonna get it.
Well, I don't just give it out to everybody. Not in that way.
We talking about the sex or femininity? What are you talking about?
That's the next subject. That's the next subject. No. Listen, Nate, Freddie, listen. I'm saying when you get to a place where you are trusting into a man, he's leading your vision and you're doing all these things together, he's earned that. He's shown you that he's going to show up for you. You can feel safe with him. You can trust him. I'm not saying within that process, you act like you're in your masculine. I'm saying when you're fully leaning into that space and trusting in him, that is how I see it. Thank you, Michelle. That is how I see it. I don't feel like you guys are thinking she's saying show up with like, like a penis, like you're a man. It's like, no, that's not what she's saying. You know what I mean?
That's not what I'm saying.
She is making it seem like that the femininity has an on and off switch, that by default she's not feminine.
No, I think there's just levels to it. I think there's levels to it. I think it's always on. You can turn it up or turn it down.
Okay, so in your level one of femininity, what comes standard? That's not can't be turned on.
All right, Nate. I mean, listen. All I'm saying
is so Nate, let me ask you this. Nate. So Nate, when you approach women, like what are your approaches when you are, you're meeting a woman and you start dating and things that you're looking for as it pertains to this video, like a woman being feminine? Like, what does that mean to you?
Oh, well, like, I mean, from the first approach, it's always going to be what she has on, like, yeah, if I don't know you, and then, it's your exterior is always going to be the attraction. So it's going to be how you present yourself, like like your attire, from head to toe. And then when the conversation happens, it's like there's always going to be conversation topics that I kind of like naturally just talk about, and then however that person reacts to the things that I bring up in conversation is going to be revealing to know, like, oh, okay, see who I'm dealing with.
If a woman, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If a woman makes suggestions or lets you know, hey, Nate, this is where I'd like to go, or this is when I'd like to be picked up, does that come off to you as more of a masculine energy, or do you still?
No, that comes off of me as what do I call somebody's just using you for a meal, really.
If she says if you give her suggestions, if she's like, can you give me some suggestions?
That's not what you said. You said if she suggests.
If she suggests, okay, so if she says, hey, I want to go to this restaurant, you think that means
that's it.
Oh, okay.
I live in LA, so I know.
Oh, well then never. Yeah, okay. Nate, that's fair.
I done been down that road in New York to LA. I got a couple times, but they suggested a restaurant, you just a meal. You just a meal. She on the struggle bus.
Okay, fine. You live in LA, so that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I don't even know if it's geographical like restrictions. I think it's just widespread.
Listen, I will give some grace to the men that are dating right now. I do have some grace for men who are dating multiple women, because especially if you live in a big city, it is not cheap. It is not cheap to be dating a bunch of women. It is not. So I
think that's very true. And the thing is especially we talking about first date, second date, third date. I think it's definitely a situation where you as a man, you just pick the date, and a woman. I don't think the woman should make any suggestions. Because to the reason why I said it is to what he just said. You got so many women who like, I'm hungry. Who can I call? And they call, oh, let's go here. And they go there because that's their favorite restaurant. They want to get some eat, get a to-go box, and have lunch for the next day.
Okay, well, I'm not operating in that lane.
So because here's the thing. The thing I would say about that is because the reason for the date is for you to get to know him, to understand who he is. The reason for the date ain't like, oh, let me eat. It ain't. Oh my God, I'm just gassy. It's not the.
Freddie needs to stop eating. Sounds like
it's not the point of what the meal is and how good the meal is. It's used to see what he on. Like, okay, he chose this spot. This is conversation. This how he treats me. Yada yada yada. That's what the whole point of it is.
Okay, I agree with you on that. And that's why for me, as somebody who's dating actively, I'd prefer to go on like a coffee date just to like get to know someone. I don't even need to go to like some crazy restaurant because I don't even know if I want to spend that kind of time with you, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but also, if you are, okay, Nate, what if you are talking to a woman on the phone? Maybe you FaceTime, because I do a lot of FaceTimes now. It saves me a lot of time, a lot of makeup. So do a little FaceTime first.
Oh, you put the filter on. You put the filter on.
You know what I'm saying? It saves a lot of time. First of all, I do not need a filter, Freddie. Okay, thank you. But anyways, Nate saves a lot of time. But what if you're feeling this woman? You guys are connecting. You're talking to her on the phone. You're texting a little bit leading up to the date. And she's like, Nate, you know what? I think it'd be cool if we went to whatever. But you're like connecting with her before that. Or do you only like, you meet somebody and then you just go straight to meeting them? Like, I don't know what the process is. But I feel like if you're connecting with someone, you know what I mean? Janira, I'm not catfishing. Thank you. But what do you think, Nate?
Well, I mean, if you meet the person first in person, then you have a feel for the vibe, and then you go into conversation, and then you can suggest a thing that's appropriate. Whether if I'm really paying attention to some context clues, where somebody mentions like, something that they like outside of going to eat, because going to eat is kind of like kind of boring because you're just sitting there interviewing each other, sitting across from the table.
That's why I don't need to do it. Go get a latte and get out of there if you don't like them.
Let's do something active that's fun,
right.
that has like some team element or some competitive element, like shooting pool or some golf or whatever. I mean,
let's see how they move, because sometimes people's bodies move weird, and you're like, I don't know what just happened right now. I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I got a friend. That lives in Dubai, and he was telling me his dates is all water related, so he can see them without makeup on.
Oh, wow!
I've heard that from a lot of men.
Are you serious? Well, you're not gonna catch me.
Like, I know it's like
swim, so.
We go into the pool. We do some jet skis or something. We gonna see you without that face, without that pound of.
Come on, you guys! Right at the beginning. I mean, listen, I'm not afraid to take my makeup off. I have no problems with it. But I know some women like to, they like to put on a couple faces for the first day.
And 90% of men don't care about no makeup. They want to see you without all that stuff anyway. 90%, maybe 90%.
90%, Nate.
99, yeah.
Hey, I would go even higher.
On Earth.
I don't know.
Dre, you're speaking to
right now. That's agreed. That's confirming this. And you say,
Dre, you speaking to two men. I've been to 15 countries, and Nate got me blown out the water. He done met women from all over the world.
I'm sure. No, I agree. I'm sure most people don't. Most women probably don't even want to wear that kind of makeup all the time anywhere. Anyway.
And why? And why do y'all wear that much?
Because we want to look. First of all, I don't wear that much. It takes me about 20 minutes to get ready. I'm not one of those women that's in the bathroom for 3 hours. To be fair.
Speaking of which, this was I think we talked about this last week or the week before. I can't remember. Worldwide, Nate.
Okay, great question. I know what you're going to ask him. Go ahead.
Would you date a woman, BBL or natural, or does it matter?
No BBL.
Of course, he's going to say no BBL.
natural. That stuff look disgusting, to be honest. I wonder like what the health studies is gonna show in like 10, 15 years.
Same.
Like, what that's
When the
doing to
booties
your
drop to the
body.
calves.
That's
So somebody, I don't want to point any fingers, but somebody just swore that dudes love BBLs way more than natural.
I never said they love them more than natural, but you were talking about people getting married, Freddie. Not that they love them more than natural. I think obviously people want natural, but we were
Would you
talking
marry
about,
a woman with a BBL, Nate? Is there any chance for a woman with a BBL?
what if she's dope, Nate? If she got a
No.
little ant body, but she's
no,
nice.
not at all. Not at all.
But okay, well, how many men are going to come on a show and say they would marry a lady with a BBL?
I would say 10%.
I don't know.
I would say it's minority. I would say it's minority.
Some men like that look, especially in La La Land. There's a lot of BBLs, a lot of lips, a lot of things going on.
I don't know about that. I don't know because it's we're still with the BBLs. It's a small percentage of women that have them, and then there's a small percentage of guys that like that. So, but they get majority of the recognition or like airtime. So you get this construed viewpoint to think that this is massive like outpouring of men that like BBLs. When it's really just like Kanye.
But what? Oh God, Kanye. Okay, but Nate, what if you met a woman and she had like a nice one? Like you couldn't even really tell. Would you do it? Like, you couldn't really tell.
So you got to understand the background. Me and Freddie B graduated from Tennessee State University, where we met a plethora of natural, beautiful Black women. So we are bodyologists. We know what a real body looks like compared to these mutants that's walking around out here. You know what I mean? We are experts in this field, so we know. Like, there's no way I'm getting tricked at all.
Even in LA, Nate, you live here. We've seen.
Yeah, I can see. We know curvature. Like hip booty
ratio,
like all that. We know.
The Pythagorean theorem is key. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. If it don't equal,
yeah.
We
study the women's body. We on the gram every day looking at women's bodies.
Oh, my mom would like to know: have you been with a woman with a BBL, Nate?
No, I'm not getting tricked. All natural. No.
Fake boobs, Nate. Have you had some fake boobs in your life?
Occasionally.
Okay.
But the BBL.
I mean, the fake boobs isn't that big of a deal.
Because here's the thing, like women always get confused, like I said before, marriage material, mattress material.
I love that one,
like would we let a girl with a BBL swap us up? Okay. I mean, you want to swab your boy up, then she gonna swab your boy up. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not about to be like, I'm not about to be with Miss BBL. Like,
you never know. What if she's so nice and she's cool? And you guys totally clicked, and you haven't met anybody like her ever in your life, and she just happens to have a BBL. That's possible.
It's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron. It's not even possible because somebody that get a BBL is probably so insecure and thirsty for attention that we wouldn't even be interested in those type of people that have that personality.
Well, no shade to the BBLs. Get your BBL if you want one. Live your life. Live your life. Okay, Frank, should we move on to our next?
Nate, we're gonna bring you back up. We're gonna hop into this. Oh no, we ain't got a video for this.
No, we don't have a video.
We got a video. Okay. Our next topic is seggs. Drea.
Okay, guys. This is this came up with me and Freddie on one of our like post debriefs after the show. When you should have sex with someone in a relationship. What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? What's crazy? Is it organic? What are your thoughts on what seems right? And also, I want to add another question to this. If a man is leading with sex, does that automatically mean he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you? That's my other little question for that. And I wanted to ask both of you. So if you meet a girl and you're just out there, because I know it's an outlier situation. There are situations where people have had sex on the first night and they're still together. They're still together. But generally speaking, when you should have sex, and then if a man is leading with sex, does that mean he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you?
Nate?
Oh, day one.
Day one what?
Get it out. Have sex.
Nate, what's your sign?
A Pisces.
Oh.
No, wait, Nate. She said, what's the question? Your question was, if a
Of course.
That was a two-part. That was the answer to the first part.
Okay, what's the second part?
Well,
if he's leading with sex, is that automatically he's not taking you seriously? But you're a Pisces, so
that's kind of broad, right? Like we humans, like let's what
always,
what person,
Michelle.
What person doesn't want to have sex?
What do you mean? I understand, but sex clouds things. Sex makes you well, at least for us. At least for us.
I don't know. Sometimes you have sex and it's like, oh, we got that out the way. I can get to know you. Like
what?
Like, I already got the draw, so it's like let's get to know your personality, you know. And if the sex is good, then it's just like, oh, I'm gonna keep getting to know you and continue to have great sex.
Absolutely not. So you think, Nate, first date, let's get it out the way. If we're feeling each other, whatever, let's go. My mom said nasty, Nate. My mom is well and active in the chat, Nate. I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Man, you'll text your mama. Wow.
Oh my God, my mom. I love her. I love her. I love you, Mom. Yeah, okay. Freddie, can you please jump in here, sir?
But to answer your question, leading with sex, here's the thing with men. If a man asks you on a date, he wants to have sex with you. That's standard. Like any woman, if you meet a guy and the guy says, "Hey, I want to take you out," he's basically saying, "I want to have sex with you." He will have sex with you. That's just standard. There is no man on the face of this earth that will ask a woman out on a date and he will not have sex with her. So then it just comes down to morality. Speaking like where his morals lie. And the thing is, I'm not here to say one moral is better than the other one or whatever. That's based on like his religious beliefs, so on and so forth. Or if he's not religious, what he believes, or whatever the case may be. But just from a pure physical, just logical standpoint, if a man asks you on a date, he wants to have sex with you. So there's that. So a dude leading with sex is not necessarily like the thing with a dude leading with sex is not that he doesn't take you seriously or anything like that. I don't think you can go off that. It's more so based on you. Like, cause him leading with sex, that's him leading with his just carnal desires. Now, some women,
that's nice. Love that for me. Continue.
But it's some women like the dude, like, okay, I can take her serious and might have a mentality that Nate has. And then some men might be like, oh, I can't take her serious and still have the mentality that Nate has. First night, let's get it out the way.
It's 50-50. But I want to preface, I'm not saying like, or are you saying like you met somebody out and then you call them, it's like, hey, I want to come over and have sex. Like, no, I'm not talking about that.
No, I'm saying you meet a woman, you guys are talking, you go on a date, you're feeling each other. You know, sometimes that physical chemistry is just there. And
it's just a buildup of
and
like,
it's a buildup. Yeah, you're not like, hey, can I come over and, you know, can you swap me up and all that?
But the thing is that, so say that what you said plays out, and it's like,
okay,
the dude is like, hey, can I come back? If the girl says yes, then it's like equally. It's
okay,
easy.
no. Of course. I'm saying, but if a guy is coming with that energy strongly, and maybe she doesn't know what she wants yet, does that mean he's like, oh, I'm just trying to get the vagina, you know?
So you saying there's a scenario where a woman is on the fence if she want to have sex with a dude. But
listen, I'm sure the lady wants to have sex. I'm sure she wants to, but there is a stigma around hooking up so quickly, especially if you are looking for a relationship. Now, to all the women who are, you know, out there living their best life, free sex and all the things, then you go ahead, knock yourself out. But I do think if you want to get to know someone, that takes a different trajectory when it comes to intimacy versus like knowing someone, really getting to know who they are. That the sex is exponentially better when you go on that path versus like, oh, we met first night and we're just going off of our feelings. And then I don't even know who this guy is. Is he going to call me the next day? Am I going to hear from him? Like, how long is he going to take to text me back? I'm just saying for some people, you know?
Oh, Dre, you are a trip.
You know, in that situation. No, I get what you're saying. It's a broad question. So it's just like a lot of nuances to it because there could be, like you said, there's that crescendo of like, oh, okay, like
right.
It works out, but then you're saying like you're emphasizing if the guy is leading with like that energy to have sex. I mean, I'm curious to get an explanation on how you would describe that.
Okay,
what's the example?
Yeah.
Okay, for me, dating online, talking to dudes, whatever. Some people are just like out the gate. One guy was like, "Hey, I'm sex positive." I don't even know what that meant. I had to look it up. Yeah, exactly. I was like, sex positive, meaning he just wanted to like have sex as quickly as possible. He was open to a lot of things, which I was so glad he told me very quickly because I was like, I'm not wasting my time with this. Like, I'm out of here. But just like right at the gate. And so for me, I feel like that was a no. I was like, do you want to get to know me?
I agree with you on that. Like, I'm not on that type of time at
Well,
all.
so he said the word sex positive. I believe you just gave us an idea of what the race of this man is.
Yeah. Oh, that's good pickup, Fred. What's your preference settings, Drea?
Because you said that, and the two black men was like, "What?" Like we both like, "What?"
I'm dead. Yeah, he's like, I'm sex positive. I was like, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, there's a lot of people online. ENM, ethical non-monogamy. I'm in an open relationship.
I just found out about that. I just found out what that meant. Like,
Okay, that's very common these days. I got my primary partner. Would you like to be the third or whatever? That there's a lot of that.
Wow.
Yeah, people are
What
open
dating
about
app
it.
are you on?
I'm on the regular dating apps, Nate. Just the regular old dating apps. Okay.
Tell your mama to mute the camera.
My mom knows everything. My mom knows it all. She knows it all.
Wild stuff, girl.
Yeah, people say all kinds of stuff.
I mean,
you've seen that, Freddie.
Yeah, I've seen that. What I say, like I got other homegirls I talk to, and what when you said leading with sex, what I'm thinking is like you got a man, he's just making sexual innuendos. Everything is sexual connection. You might be talking about traveling, or like, oh yeah, I'm trying to, I'm thinking about going to Tahiti next month. He's like, oh, I'm thinking about going to Drea next week. You know what I mean? He's saying something like that. Is that what you mean?
That's how that guy was. Yes.
Yeah, like like stuff like that. I think that, like I said, some men have different levels of self-control. Thing is that every man, if he's talking to you and he calls you and he wants to go out on a date, he's thinking about sex. He's already had you in the sack. He already done went to town. He done all of it. So then it just comes down to that guy's self-control. Some guys have different self-control. Some guys have different levels of EQ. So then it just comes down to you as a woman. What level of EQ are you, and how you match up with that? I think that's really what that is. If the guy leading with sex. Going back to your first question, the topic is, when do you have sex in a relationship? I disagree with that, Nate. I don't think the first night is. And the reason why I don't think that's in the best interest of a woman. I don't think that's in the best interest of a woman. As a man, generally speaking, a man will be fine because we're more logical. Women are led with feelings. And so the thing is that if you have sex with a woman the first night and you drop that ham on her, she could be way gone. And then if you as a guy, because the thing is, if you as a man, you're not even in the space of some men aren't in the space of getting married. They just in the space of hanging out. Right. And so that happens. And go ahead.
I said, you got to ask those questions up front.
And the thing is, if you don't ask that question, that's conversation. Like you got to know how to have a conversation to get that information. You just ask the man, "Hey, what you on?" He could just lie and say, "Oh, I want to get married."
You'd be surprised, Freddie. A lot of these men on these apps are like, "Yo, this guy just sent me a picture of him in his underwear," and I said, "Oh, you trying to like hook up?" He's like, "Oh, what are you trying to do?" I sent him the pregnant emoji with the baby. I go, and a ring. I was like, "That's what I'm on," and he goes, "Okay, take care." I said, "Bye, Felicia." Yeah, he just sent me a picture of his underwear.
So this guy, what was the ethnicity of this man?
It doesn't matter what his ethnicity was. He was Italian, if we must know. He is from Italy. And I was like, yo, what's going on here?
It's always interesting hearing like different ethnicity of men and their approach, whether it's crazy or subdued.
Apparently. So
like, Nate, have you ever like what Nate, what like is there any story you got like the time like you've been the most direct with a woman?
Like that, Nate. Are you sending pictures in your underwear?
No, I don't do that. I wouldn't leave a digital footprint like that. That's not my thing, So once you do that, nothing's never getting erased. And then I'm not thirsty to get no booty. So it's like I do go through the process of wanting to get to know somebody over the phone, etc. And then, like I said, if the opportunity like that crescendo happens, and it's like, all right, cool, but it's like it's already been like a process that's predetermined based on having those conversations and interactions. But I'm never like waking up like, oh man, who, like a dog, like, okay, where am I going, get my rocks off today? Like, no,
I love that.
I said, the emotional maturity has been developed for a long time. But like I said, if the mood is right and that person you feeling, y'all vibing, it can go either way. You can have sex, and then that could, like, you can, like I said, you can get it out the way, and then you can be focused on getting to know that person, and then it is what it is. Or it could, it might turn you off, and you'd be like,
or turn you on, and you'll be at that person's house the next day going, what are you doing later? Where are you?
And he also made a great point about turning you off, because sometimes as a man you can get with a chick first night and then you don't lay that hammer, you lay that pin drop, and then now she like, oh, and she really liked you, conversation is great, but then you lay that pin drop first night, now she just like, she checked out and you can't get her back in. When had you allowed a relationship to develop and y'all to connect, and you had, because here's my thing. It was a neighborhood when my parents first got divorced. My mother moved me and my brothers to this apartment complex in College Park, and it was the hood. That's all she could afford, that's all she could do at the time. But it was the hood. It was the hood, so hood, in fact, that like our building was like right here. It was a building right off to the side, right around that corner with some woods right there. A pimp, he lived there, and he had women. He was pimping, and he had them coming in and out or whatever. And so I would sometimes walk around our way to go to like our little field that we had to play football with the kids. But I was the only kid that lived in the front, so I would walk by and I would see his car, and his car had a bumper sticker that said "No half stepping." Oh. And I'll never forget this. And as a kid, I saw that, I was like, "What is that? No half stepping?" I think as a kid, literally, like, how do you step a halfway? Like, what does that mean? Okay. And so he was sitting on his car, and I asked him. And long story short, we started a conversation, and then he took me down that road of women and how to talk to women and all that type of stuff. And he told me this. He was like, "Hey, look, hey, young blood, when you talk to women and when you get involved with women, make sure you fuck a mind. You fuck a mind. Once you fuck a mind, she'll let you fuck anything else." I was like, and I never forgot it. But
spoken like a true pimp.
That's exactly what he said. He said, "You fuck a mind, she'll let you fuck anything else." Oh, wow. And then once I got older, I understood what he meant, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I understand what he means." You gain so much power, but as a man, you got to know how to wield that power correctly, because if not, you could totally destroy a woman, and now you got her soul in your hands.
That is so true. I have to say, I'm going to ring the bell because I agree with you. That pimp, unfortunately.
So that's kind of where I come from, because when you talk about sex, I like particular things done when I want them and how I want them, and I'm more like, I'll wait on that as opposed to just doing it. I'm good on that.
And that's the thing that I don't understand that men don't get. To me, it's for certain women. If you aren't leading with that energy that it's feeling immature, and honestly, it's kind of juvenile when a man's like, oh, like a dog, and just like you kind of pull back. It's true, especially at a particular age. I'm like, have you not seen a vagina before? This isn't your first time. You've seen some boobs before. Can everybody calm down? And if I feel like a guy's just like, oh, I'm not trying to come at Drea like that, then I'm like, oh, well, what's going on? That's how it works for me anyway. I mean, don't come at me like a dog. I'm out. I am out. Thank you very much.
Well, I will say titties is different. Like, every new set of titties is a new experience. But every dude, some titties about to come out we ain't never seen before. We like,
okay, but like Nate said, he's not waking up every day like thirsty for the booty, which I love that you said that. It's like that's
100%, 100%.
You got other stuff going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got to make some money, travel the world.
Exactly.
So, before we get out of here, Nate, I know you just posted a reel on your IG. You just you was at Dubai. You was at this nice resort in Dubai. Kind of give people, your travels and what you got going on.
Yeah, Dubai.
Yeah, well, I'm Worldwide Nate. I have 3 travel TV shows. Worldwide Nate African Adventures, which is on Aspire TV. It's streaming on All Black and on Amazon Prime. And then I also have Escape with Nate in Search of Black Utopia on the Africa channel. And my newest show is called Discovering West Africa, Ghana, Senegal, and Cameroon which is streaming on wandrium.com. And so I'm also a social media travel influencer, as Fred said. And I've traveled to 78 countries, all 7 continents, and all 50 states.
Nice. My mom said, go on, Nate.
Yeah. So, just out here traveling the world, creating another positive image for Black youth to aspire to and represent for Black men, because the world of how you thinking that Black men is the boogeyman and just like just the worst thing on earth. We gotta get that kind of narrative to what's really going on. Us Black men are making things.
And Nate also has a great day in the Stoke for Black surfers.
Yeah, it's the largest. Yeah, a great day in the Stoke. It's the largest gathering of Black surfers in history. Our 3rd annual event will be September 14th in Huntington Beach, California. So we have an all Black surf competition. We have free surf lessons, beach yoga, and an award ceremony for the winners. And then this year we're gonna have like more vendors. We might have some live music.
Oh, I love that.
Great time.
I will be there. I'm right up the street. I'm not getting in the water, but I will be there. I'll come hang out. I'll take some photos for you, Nate.
Up the street where? Where you at? Where are you?
I'm in LA. I'm in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in LA.
Well, there it is, y'all. Thank y'all for another episode. Shout out to our guest host for today. He held it down with us at Worldwide Nate. Make sure y'all check him out online. I'm your main man, Freddie B. Y'all see where I'm at. And
this is me, Lady Dre Renee. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you guys.
We will holler at you guys. Peace.